Testing.
Test. Can everybody please take a seat?
Good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock and we are reconvening in open session, the portion of the closed session agenda that features presentations, celebrations, commendations, and recognitions of employees of the month. I'm turning to the clerk to take roll to establish the continued presence of a quorum.
Good afternoon. Supervisor Arenas is absent. Supervisor Chavez? Here. Supervisor Simidian is absent. Vice President Lee?
Present.
And President Ellenberg.
I'm here.
Thank you. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Supervisor Lee, would you lead us?
Sure. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. Item 7 is the approval of the certificates of appreciation, commendations, and proclamation. May I have a motion to approve item 7?
So moved, Chavez.
Second.
Second. Any comments or questions? Hearing none. Let's take a vote, please.
Supervisor Chavez?
Yes.
Vice President Lee?
Aye.
President Ellenberg?
Yes.
Thank you. That motion passes.
Thank you. With that, we move on to the good stuff. Item 8 is commendations and proclamations, and we have a significant number of them today. The first is for Ellen Rollins.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I want to invite up Ellen Rollins. I'm so excited that you're here today. There may be a few of you in this room who don't know Ellen, and that would be astounding to me, truthfully, because Ellen has devoted more than half a century to helping people as a nurse and a healthcare provider, including 10 years at the National Children's Center in Washington, D.C., 11 years at the Veterans Administration, Palo Alto Medical Center, and since 1995, ensuring that seniors in Santa Clara County have adequate in-home supportive services as a rehabilitation specialist. But more than that, for those of you who know Ellen, what you know is that when she believes in something, she never gives up. You know her, okay. She really is a tireless advocate on behalf of others and really exemplifies the spirit, I think, of our county, which is people helping other people, not for any personal gain, but because it's the right thing to do. And so if I could, I would make it right thing to do day and make it all about Ellen Rollins. But I am happy to present this commendation to say thank you for your years of devotion and service to others in our community. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I came here in 19. No, I'm good here. You're all right. I came here in 1979, leaving Washington, D.C. because of what I felt was happening there. And plus it was cold. It was the winter of '78, like the winter we're having this year. But I came because everybody said it was a better place and that you could find your road together. And I landed in Palo Alto, but I chose San Jose because it felt like home. It felt like out of the learning coming from where 75% of the population was African American to where I had to use the yellow pages to find the African American Center to find where we were. Culture shock. But we were here. We were diverse. We were here, and it has been a marvelous place to be. I was just homeless in transition. I lost my patient, my daughter of 25 years, June 21. It took 15 months to transition, but I am in my own place. I'm comfortable. I have a 10-year lease, and I don't believe I could have done this anywhere else. And this body here has always had an open door. When I did home care, there was no home care union. And we made $4.25 an hour. We now have health benefits. We have the annual bus pass. We make $18.62 of the last contract. And that's nowhere else. They have other things, but they don't have the contract language. They don't have the attention that this county has given to everybody. Not some, not that one or this one, but everybody. And I thank you, because I couldn't have done it without all of you behind me. Thank you so much.
Our next commendation is for the 35th anniversary of the Chi Zeta Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta. Sorority.
All right, come on up. I love saying Madam President, so I'm going to get to say that to Mary Clark Tillman.
Look at that blue.
No, is it? That's okay. All right. So today I have the privilege of presenting a commendation. You're going to say it, Xi? Oh, Xi Zeta Zeta, chapter of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. I want to thank all of you for being here. I'm so honored to be with you. Xi Zeta Zeta chapter was chartered on May 6, 1988, and adheres to the core principles of the international organization: sisterhood, finer womanhood, service, and scholarship. The sorority aligns with the initiatives of the national organization to be involved in cultural and civic activities that improves the lives of women, men, children, and seniors in Santa Clara County, And members of Xi Zeta Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta sorority provide outreach to the unhoused population and to girls in youth facilities, run 3 programs for youth ages 4 to 18, and annual offer a one-time scholarship for graduating high school seniors in Santa Clara County, and they've awarded over $200,000 to date. Members have organized voter registration drives, volunteered at polling locations, raised funds, and participated in walks for breast cancer awareness, March for Babies, and autism awareness. I want to thank you very, very much for your service, and congratulations on 35 years of serving the county. Welcome. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I wrote a speech, not knowing that I should have been short today. As you guys know, pre-pandemic, we were used to the speeches and we're used to getting up in front of people. This is a post-pandemic reaction right now to all of you. But I just wanted to say just a few things about my chapter. Xi Zeta Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated was chartered in 1988. And these women here, along with several other women who have come through our ranks, have served the Santa Clara County proudly. And yes, we do boast about the $200,000 that we raised in our 35 years of existence and giving it to high school seniors who are deserving and will matriculate into higher education in colleges and universities across the country. We are a very proud organization. We are a very proud sorority. And as the president of this chapter and of these members, I cannot express the extreme gratitude, appreciation, and happiness that I feel in serving them. So I thank all of Santa Clara County. I thank all of you as community leaders here who acknowledge us and recognize us. And I thank you, Ms. Chavez, for everything. You can introduce everyone. Yes, I would like to introduce everyone. Actually, I'm going to have them come up here and say their names and if they have a position. And again, my name is Mary Clark Tillman, and I am the president of this chapter.
Madam President.
Thank
we
you.
Hello, my name is Ardette Fulton, and I am a charter member of this chapter.
My name is Connie Carr-Jones. I'm the current scholarship chairperson, and I am a Golden Life member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Jamila Fulton. I'm a life member, and I serve as the parliamentarian.
Hello, my name is Lynette Gems, and I am the 3rd Vice President of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Shalom, my name is Couture Coco Cooper. I am the 1st Vice President, and I have been a member for 22 years.
My name is Rhonda Jacobs, and I'm just a member.
Never adjust.
So you get to get back. That's what Susan does. I get right in front.
And I'm so sorry that I mispronounced this.
Thank you.
Hey, shalom yourself. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Good, thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, don't go.
Big one.
Exactly.
Thank you, and I'll see you Wednesday.
Yes, yes. Congratulations. Our next proclamation comes from Supervisor Lee, declaring the week of March 13th through 19th, 2023 as Women's Military History Week. Apologies, it is brought by Supervisors Lee and Chavez.
Good afternoon. My name is Otto Lee. I would like to invite my colleague, Supervisor Cindy Chavez, to join me here to recognize the Women's Military History Week. And I also want to invite Jerry Frakes, Malia McLaughlin, and Mary Ellen Salzano to join us at the dais here. All right. Hi. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. So we're proclaiming March 13th through 19th the Women's Military History Week here in Santa Clara County. As we know, women have played an essential role in our nation's armed forces, and they have kept our country safe so we can enjoy the peace and well-being of everyday's life. I want to take this moment to thank you, and thank you for your service and your contribution to our country. And I'll turn this also over to Supervisor Chavez to add any comments to share a few lines from the proclamation.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. So it's an honor to get an opportunity to present this proclamation recognizing Women's History, Military History Week, which is particularly significant during Women's History Month. Women join the military for many, many reasons: training, education, family legacy, the calling or vocation to a higher form of service, career opportunities, and patriotism. Although their stories are not widely told, their willingness to provide selfless service has helped shape history, ensuring our nation has retained its freedoms. We owe them an inexpressible debt and acknowledge them for their sacrifices. Many have suffered visible or invisible illnesses, injuries, or paid with their lives. With Santa Clara County being the home to approximately 4,500 servicewomen, it is our duty and honor to have the opportunity to recognize their contributions. This, and I will just read one. Oh, actually, I read most of it, but I just want to read one line here. Whereas Santa Clara County is home to 4,500 servicewomen in the reserves and guard units and women veterans, therefore be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Santa Clara does hereby declare the week March 13th through March 19th, 2023 as Women's Military History Week in Santa Clara County.
Okay, yep. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you to my family and friends for being here today. All of you who support military members. Millie and I are military veterans, and we are honored to accept this proclamation on behalf of all current and former military members who happen to be women. This proclamation will be housed in the Santa Clara County Office of Veteran Services. Thank you again so much for the board to recognize this, and Mary Ellen Salzano, who wrote this proclamation, who told me not to thank her, but she thank you so much as well. Okay, that's it.
If you have ever served in the military, would you please stand up now so that we might recognize you?
Stand up. I see some people being.
Are they all, they're all standing back there, so we've got you all back there. Supervisor Lee, please.
One of them.
Please, you are one of them. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Oh, yes. And Jerry is accompanied by Curly, her service dog that has been provided by Operation Freedom Paws, who is in Santa Clara County, Gilroy, California.
Yeah,
San Martin. Thank you.
Just really quick, I'm one of the very recent appointees to the Veterans Commission, so if any of you have any questions for me, I work with the Board of Supervisors through the Veterans Commission as well. So thank you.
Oh. Want to make sure that we get Curly in here.
That one real picture.
One more. The big one. There you go. Perfect. Right there. Good boy. Look over there. Curly, sit. All right. Oh, perfect.
We're just going to get around Curly. Curly, you don't move.
Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Lee is already at the podium to declare March 20th, 2023 as a Syrian New Year in Santa Clara County.
Okay, great. Let's see. We don't have the Syrian here today? No. Okay, all right. We actually initially had the proclamation to declare it as Syrian New Year, but I don't think representatives is here today. And the next one on the proclamation is declaring March 2023 as the 21st Annual Meals on Wheels Month in Santa Clara County, urging every citizen to take this month to honor and senior nutrition programs and those who serve and the volunteers who care for them. So today, I'd like to invite Teresa Johnson, Director of Food and Nutrition Services from the Health Trust, to the dais right here. Please come on up. So Meals on Wheels America has established the March for Meals campaign in March 2002 to recognize the importance of the Older Americans Act nutrition program and raise awareness about the escalating problems of senior hunger in America. This year's celebration recognizes 51 years of Older Americans Act nutrition program and 21 years of providing an opportunity to support Meals on Wheels program that help combat senior hunger and isolation. Quoting the proclamation, whereas the Health Trust Meals on Wheels program has served our community admirably for more than 26 years, and being resolved here today, proclaiming March 2023 as the 21st Annual March for Meals Month, and urge every citizen to take this month to honor the Meals on Wheels programs and the seniors they serve, along with the volunteers and those who care for them. All right, and Teresa, would you have something you want to add, please? Go ahead.
Thank you, Supervisor Lee, and thank you to the Board of Supervisors for recognition of the Health Trust Meals on Wheels program. I just want to briefly tell you that the pandemic completely upended our service model. Prior to 2020, we were serving about 100,000 meals a year, or about 2,000 meals a week. Within 3 weeks of the shutdown, we were serving 9,000 meals a week, and within 3 months, we were serving 12,000 meals a week. Things have since settled down a little bit, but we did serve over 330,000 meals last fiscal year and expect something similar this year. Our program provides healthy, nutritious meals that are all prepared by local vendors, including 2 nonprofits, and we provide that delivery service to the seniors' homes. This service is for homebound seniors who are low income, nutritionally at risk, and they're unable to go out and do their own shopping and cooking for the most part. I would just like, along with that, we also do wellness checks on our clients. We have a friendly visitor program. We provide them handmade quilts and a number of other things really to enhance their lives and making sure that they feel connected to the community. I would just like to end with a few remarks about one of our clients. Terry is 80 years old. She lives alone. She's lived in San Jose her entire life. We recently sent out a letter offering her 2 meals a day instead of 1 because she's extremely low income. She asked my staff for me to call her, and she said she was completely overwhelmed by the offer. She indicated to me that there are some nights she eats crackers and peanut butter or canned foods for dinner, and this way she knows she's going to get 2 really nutritious meals a day. She's also part of our friendly visitor program. She has no close family or friends in the area, and she said they've really saved her life. She enjoys talking to them on a weekly basis. She doesn't want home visits yet. She's still a little nervous about COVID, so we are currently making calls for her, but when she's ready, we can also provide that. So in conclusion, I just want to thank all of you and thank you for this honor. We so appreciate it so much, and so do our seniors. Thank you.
Thank you. One more?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The next item is item F, to present a proclamation during March 2023 as National Nutrition Month in Santa Clara County. That proclamation is going to be presented outside of this meeting. We will get it to the proper folks and express our appreciation. Next is Supervisor Lee, who is going to present commendations, who knows, for the Office of the Sheriff Crisis Negotiation Team for its excellent work in de-escalating a situation with a firearm and for their heartfelt dedication and service to the residents of Santa Clara County.
Good afternoon. It's truly my great honor and privilege to recognize the following members today about the amazing work that they have done of the Sheriff's Crisis Negotiation Team. This incident actually took place last year, but I want to wait until we were actually in person and meeting in person to be able to do this presentation. So what happened was, last July, the Sheriff's Department, our deputies Brown, Perez, and Lopez responded to a disturbance regarding an individual with a firearm on Bascom Avenue on Bel Air in San Jose. An individual called the office to report that they had been involved in an accident, and they seemed very distraught. 2 protective service officers from Valley Medical Center responded to assist at the accident scene. The driver then went to the trunk of the vehicle, pulled out the firearm, and racked the slide of the firearm and put a round into the chamber. And then the individual brandished the gun at our officers. The deputy showed great restraint in this very dangerous situation and tried to coax the individual into compliance via verbal communications. Deputies brought in 2 armored vehicles to safely get closer to the distraught individual. Sheriff Office Sergeant Hazelbach and deputies Harper and Toomey from the Sheriff's Crisis Negotiating Team arrived on scene and attempted to converse with the distraught person. She was not interested in talking and was not responsive to the team. The deputy spent approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes attempting to de-escalate the situation by talking to her, by calling the cell phone, and by talking to the family, and by using third-party intermediary, recording to try to calm the individual down and establish a report. Unfortunately, that was not receptive to any of these techniques. So finally, the deputies have to deploy a canine unit, also the medical assistants were seen to de-escalate the situation and safely bring the individual to safety. Although only a few deputies had direct contact with the individual, it takes a team to conduct the support needed to de-escalate this very difficult situation. So I just want to say thank you very much for all of you here for your dedication to residents of Santa Clara County and for preserving public safety. And I would like to actually call Sheriff Bob Johnson up here to say a few words, followed by Lieutenant Owens to recognize the deputies that are standing right here with us at the podium. Sheriff Johnson? There you go.
Thank you, Supervisor. Thank you. You know, one of the things I'll say right off the bat, I think all of you are in the safest room in the county right now, so we have that going for us. But, you know, as a new sheriff who just has finished my first 90 days, this commendation is not shocking to me because of what I've seen with this workforce of outstanding men and women dedicated to serving this county the best they can. And what's very impressive about this, and as you just heard from Supervisor Lee, it involved an armed individual with the intent to do harm, whether to herself or to someone else. And what was so extremely professional in this is that these men and women standing behind me addressed that incident with such restraint, such professionalism, and such compassion on that day to ultimately end with a safe and peaceful resolution. So I'm honored to be part of their team, even though I was not their sheriff at the time. Like I said, having this recognition does not shock me because I've seen several incidents since my arrival of the same level of professionalism. So I'm honored and humbled to be part of this group as we move forward. So thank you to all of you for what you've done for this community. Thank you.
All right, and so here we have a commendation signed by all our board members. We're going to ask you to turn around like everybody else to face this way. I'll ask my fellow board members to come down. Tall guys up front. Tall guys up front? Well, if you get your... It's Lieutenant. What is it? Hold it. Come on back. Jeffrey.
I got your back, literally. Waiting to see if the supervisor was going to solve it.
It's good, it's good, it's good.
you doing?
Thank you again.
All right, we operate a smooth operation here. And we're going to backtrack to item 8F because, in fact, we are going to present a proclamation today declaring March 2023 as National Nutrition Month in Santa Clara County. Thank you, President Lee, for stepping in.
Thank you, absolutely. And would like to ask our representative from Social Service Agencies to come up to receive this award for the declaration of our National Nutrition Month. Come on up. Okay, go ahead.
Oh.
Step right up, yes, go ahead.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you, Supervisor Lee, for this opportunity. We're truly honored to receive this today. Senior Nutrition Program has been providing services for the last 48 years in this community with a mission to serve older adults high quality, low cost, nutritious meals, and to keep them abreast with the latest nutrition education topics that have an impact on their physical health and mental well-being. This recognition today will be shared with our city and CBO partners who work tirelessly to serve the older adult community along our side. So thank you so much. It means a lot.
Thank you. There we go. All right, same thing. Turn backwards. Face this direction. There we go. Now my colleague come down. No worries.
We have one more. This is the real one.
Yeah, there you go. Don't be shy. There you go. Thank you.
Items 8I and 8J will, in fact, be presented outside of this meeting. So we're going to move on to item 9, which is the Employee Excellence Award honorees.
All right, this is a time period where we all get to celebrate some of our fabulous employees. We obviously can't fit all 26,000 into this room, so we'll pick a few. I think today we have 9, but I think as we go through the stories, you'll realize that everyone who works for this county does a fabulous job every day to provide service to the community and make a big difference in the world. So this is our opportunity to honor a few of them. And let me just tell you how this is going to work. First of all, I'm going to ask you to come up and sit in these chairs beside me, and I will call your name. You'll come stand next to me so we can embarrass you a little bit. All those people remaining in the chairs out there are welcome to yell and scream and clap. Just don't throw anything. Although I am the official target around here. Then after I have a chance to read a little bit about you, written by your supervisor, we'll turn you over to Madam Chair, Supervisor Ellenberg. She'll give you your award, and you come back and sit in your chair. And afterwards, we'll do pictures and clapping and screaming and yelling and all those kinds of great things. Fair enough? Okay, everybody who's receiving an award today, come up and have a seat here on my right or my left. You know who you are. Either way, right through here. I think we have enough chairs, don't we? Yeah, we play musical chairs. I'm not going to sing, though. Okay, great. So we'll start with Henry Louie. Henry.
Hi.
How you doing, Henry?
Thanks, Jeff.
Nice to see you. Oh, thank you. So Henry has worked as a senior accountant for the county for the last 8 years and has become an invaluable asset to the organization. Throughout his tenure, Henry established himself as a dedicated and hardworking team player. His mindset centers on finding ways to save the county money and streamline processes while we continue to provide exemplary service. He continually goes above and beyond his regular duties to identify areas of involvement and takes on the initiative to make those necessary changes to make things better. His persistence in problem solving has enabled him to identify existing gaps and improve processes which ultimately benefit the entire organization and the people we serve. Despite increased workload and growing department complexity, Henry maintains a positive attitude and consistently exceeds expectations. Beyond his impressive work ethic, Henry's genuine nature shines through in all his interactions with others. He's approachable, patient, and always willing to help a hand. The County of Santa Clara is lucky to have Henry in our team. He's actually on my team in the County Executive's Office. And his contributions are invaluable to the organization's success. Congratulations, Henry.
Thanks again.
Good job. Strong work. Jennifer Rose. Hey, Jennifer, how you doing? Pretty good. Jennifer is a senior communications dispatcher with 911 Communications, has been there since joining the organization in 2006. She's progressed through communication dispatcher 1, 2, 3, training officer, and senior dispatcher. Jennifer's expertise in emergency protocols has made her a valuable resource and a mentor to fellow dispatchers. She's developed trainings for emergency police dispatch, emergency fire dispatch, emergency medical dispatch protocols, all ensuring that 911 callers receive the information they need and can have their emergency dealt with efficiently and effectively. She's always available to offer guidance and support, demonstrating empathy, compassion, and persistence. In addition to her excellent work, she's also a member of a critical incident stress management team, providing much needed support to her fellow dispatchers during these high-risk situations. Her canine crisis comfort dog, Lady, has also brought much needed smiles and comfort to all. Is Lady here?
I didn't bring her.
Oh,
She needs a bath.
Thank you, Jennifer, for your great service in public safety. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Good job. The dispatch team up in Communications Hill put up with a huge amount of work and didn't complain at all during COVID, and so I'm really proud of them. They did a great job. Laura Vick. Hi, Laura. How you doing? Laura is a senior paralegal at the County Counsel's office. She's an invaluable member of the office. Her extensive knowledge and expertise in workers' comp law field has made her the go-to person when there are questions. She's always willing to share her knowledge with her colleagues, which has helped to create a culture of learning and growth. Over the past 2 years, Laura has taken the initiative to train new paralegals on the team, providing them with guidance, resources, and feedback to help them succeed. She's always ready to lend a listening ear and to provide support of any kind needed. Laura is passionate about serving her community, as evidenced by her volunteer work as an election worker and a swimming official. In her free time, she enjoys outdoor activities with her daughters, including camping and scuba diving. Laura is a true asset to the County Counsel's office. Congratulations very much. You're a scuba diver, huh? Yeah. I used to do that until I got sick. Oh, but keep up the good work. Victor Sanchez. Must be one with the uniform. He's a deputy sheriff. Yeah, I guess he is. Detective Sanchez has been an exemplary peace officer during his 6 years with the county sheriff's office. He has worked in the court security and West Valley Patrol divisions and is currently a detective in the sexual assault unit of the Investigative Services Division. Recently, while driving home after a long day's work, he helped stop someone from fleeing the crime scene, exhibiting bravery and selflessness. On the evening, January 10th, Victor came upon a significant collision involving several cars on a rural road. He rushed to help. He learned that the person who caused the collision had been speeding on the wrong side of the road and then ran away. After making sure that the emergency services were on their way to assist those injured, Detective Sanchez found the driver and ordered him back to the scene. The driver walked back only to attempt to enter his damaged vehicle and escape again. Detective Sanchez identified himself as a police officer, which probably surprised the guy a lot. And with the assistance of other motorists, detained the uncooperative hostile driver. The driver was subsequently arrested for DWI. Detective Sanchez's decision to assist people on his time off on his way home to be with his family shows his commitment to our community. Thank you, Detective. Good job. Our sheriff's officers, deputy sheriffs, I should say, are always on work, never off. That's great. Maya Castro. Maya is a deputy probation officer too with the probation department. She is committed to the advocacy and well-being for youth who are victimized and sexually exploited. Maya is assigned to the Quality Systems team in the Juvenile Services Unit as the Commercial Sexual Exploitation Coordinator, Exploitation Coordinator. Before joining the Quality Systems Unit, Maya was part of the Family Preservation Unit, which found itself without a supervisor when COVID began. Maya stepped up and ran the unit while maintaining a full caseload. She is the utmost professional and team player, always willing to help her colleagues. These qualities enabled her to build a great working relationship with community partners. Maya is very innovative. After suggesting to Deputy Chief Jill Ugaldi that the division hold a resource fair, she took the responsibility of planning and organizing the entire event. Through her leadership and mentoring, Maya has gained the respect of her colleagues and community members. She has a great sense of humor, positive effect on everyone around her. Simply put, Maya exemplifies the best of the county. Thank you. Keep up the great work. What? Malina Novachovic. Close. Okay. Melina is an eligibility work supervisor with social services, been with us for 16 years. She's known as someone who always leads by example and goes above and beyond. As an eligibility work supervisor, Melina ensures her team provides the correct benefits to the community members. She trains her team to provide the best service they can to their clients by checking phone reports and reviewing cases. She takes the extra steps to make sure the clients get great service. Melina is a natural leader whose optimistic attitude and enthusiasm inspire her team to perform at their highest level. She creates a positive work environment by fostering collaboration. Melina is resourceful and always willing to take on challenges. She even volunteered to participate in the Pilot Supervisors Quality Control Project, where she was responsible for providing detailed reviews and error trends on Medi-Cal renewal cases. She's an invaluable asset to the workflow community, which provides workers with clear instructions on various case scenarios. Always seeking to improve her organizational knowledge and leadership, Melina has worked on her classification level as a program manager and Medi-Cal eligibility data system coordinator. Her dedication to her work is inspiring. She does a fabulous job. Congratulations, Melina. Thank you very much for everything you do. Keep up the good work.
Yes, of course.
Felicia Garlick. Snuck up behind me.
Sorry.
Felicia is a 22-year
I wish I was.
county employee whose value has become evident early on. She's quickly recognized as a resource and clinical expert in her area of expertise in surgical intensive care units. She served as a bedside nurse for her first 12 years before becoming assistant nurse manager for the unit and has been at that role for the past 10 years. Her acumen and expertise as a clinical nurse have been a boon to patients as well as colleagues, and her remarkable leadership skills have helped ensure other nurses are always at peak clinical performance. In addition to being well-respected presence in the critical care division, Felicia demonstrates the ability to shift gears dramatically as needed and has been the lead in several crises and disaster situations. She has an ingrained knowledge about how the county works, which when coupled with her clinical skills and her ability to prioritize patients, makes any situation that she comes upon solvable. Great job, Felicia. I should say Nurse Garlick. Good job. Stephanie Claus. Stephanie arrived at the county 5 years ago in an entry-level position in behavioral health unit of Health and Hospitals Patient Business Services, and her leadership skills were quickly noticed. She's an extremely capable communicator. After 3 promotions, she currently applies her bachelor's degree in psychology to her current role as a supervisor with an innate ability to train and build her team with compassion and great leadership. Stephanie provides exemplary public service, whether working with patients or the various business partners in the community, and always strives to provide the best possible outcome in all cases. A self-professed free spirit, Stephanie has a personal goal of someday opening a doggy daycare center. All right. She's an avid mama to her French bulldog, Frank Man, often taking him out for bicycle rides. But until then, her professional goal is to leave a legacy that promotes growth, leadership, and team building skills in her job in behavioral health. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Very well done. Elizabeth Aranda. Elizabeth is a star on the paralegal team in the district attorney's office, who started as an intern back in 2015 and then served as extra help before being permanently hired in 2019. Elizabeth has demonstrated flexibility working on many units, including South County, North County, juvenile unit, real estate, major fraud, elder fraud, consumer protection, environmental protection, and her latest unit, gangs. I knew the DA didn't do anything. You do it all. He wasn't here. Is he here? I'm in trouble. Can you turn off the recording, please? Since October 2020, she has been helping multiple attorneys on complex gang cases and other cases including firearms and multiple defendants. A recent example includes 20 petitions for juvenile case inspections and gang documents that were heavy and required redaction. It's tricky stuff, but Elizabeth has rapidly become an experienced go-to paralegal in the gang unit. We're getting you some new digital search materials, equipment, so you'll be able to search the material faster. She has had a great can-do ethic, is easy to work with, enjoys training others and sharing her knowledge. Elizabeth exemplifies hard work, professionalism, and teamwork. Congratulations, and keep the DA doing his work. Well, inspiring, isn't it? So we're going to turn our backs to you for a little bit while we take pictures, but you're welcome to yell and scream and clap. And one round of applause for everybody up here. Thank you all. Great job.
We're going to move the chairs and then face this way for a photo. Oh, we could have a front row sitting. That's not a bad idea.
Excuse me.
There you go.
Yes, sit down. Come on up.
Okay, everybody else squish in. Squish, squish. With that, we are adjourning to Tuesday morning, May 14th at 9:30, right back here. Go and celebrate.